The single most profitable, powerful candlestick pattern in the entire world is what I'm going to show you right now. And it's very, very simple. Now, I don't, by the way, you're not going to find what I'm sharing with you. You're not going to find the concept or this term in the traditional Japanese candlestick encyclopedias and books and so forth. And I do appreciate the poetic terms that they use in the Japanese candlestick patterns. You know, you got your inverted flying lotus landing on a grasshopper's left wing that's being snatched by a praying mantis candlestick pattern. Or, well, I don't know if that's an actual one. But anyway, I do really enjoy the poetic names that they give it, and it's great. But for me, what I do is I base everything on what I call market logic. And that's all I'm interested in. And market logic, it can be summarized as, all right, what's going on with the masses in their minds? Because it's the people and the algos who trade them, or that make the people who make the algos that are actually making the market move. And it's all about supply and demand. So market logic means, well, let's not use theory and let's not even use back testing because past performance is not indicative of future results. So back testing, well, oopsie, kind of goes against what, all the regulators tell us, which is exactly that. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So what do we do? And I get that question a lot. Well, Barry, if back testing doesn't work, what does work? Market logic works. Let's be logical in our trading and logical based on the mass psychology of the people actually trading the market. What are they doing? What are they buying? What are they selling? Where's their money? Follow the money, honey. And that's mapped in technical analysis. In fact, my definition of technical analysis is the mathematics of mass psychology. So that's what I base everything on. And today I'm going to give you one example of that on candlesticks. So let's get down on it right now. All right, so here you see we've got a level where the price comes up here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we got support, or I'm sorry, we've got resistance. Resistance is when you have a level that's above the price action. And the question that will make us money is how do we know if the price will break through resistance, or if it'll bounce down below resistance and go down, up or down? Direction, that's what makes us money. Go up, bullish, we buy. Bearish, we short. Okay, pretty simple stuff. But now let's apply candlestick patterns to that. So the candlestick pattern that we're going to talk about today, and this is something where I've merged concepts from market profile into Japanese candlestick patterns. So I'm combining two different approaches of technical analysis. And I like market profile a lot, but I prefer looking at the candlestick patterns to apply the concepts. All right, so what's the concept? Let's get to it. And it's called rejection of value. Rejection of value is, let me bring up my little squares here. It's going to be these two bars right here. So the rejection of value is when we have the real bodies down here toward the low, and then we got these wide range wicks above. And so what does that mean? What's the logic of that? That means that the market participants have indeed tested these higher price levels and trades occurred at them. But when all was said and done, at the end of that time period, this is a daily chart, but this works equally well for intraday charts. At the end of that bar, the market rejected these higher prices, the market participants. So they tested these higher prices and they said, you know what? Nah, it closed down here. We believe that the value of the market right now is down at this price. The value of the market right now is down at this price. This is what the fair value, this is what, in this case, Cisco is worth right now. And so these wicks are saying that, yeah, market participants traded at these prices and rejected those higher prices. Notice even went above the resistance line a little bit and then came back on down. The close, by the way, is the professional number. So that means that after all was said and done during this time period, in this case during the day, the rumor, the gossip, the news, everything that happened, the masses said, yeah, you know what? Nah, we don't believe that Cisco is worth this much right now. That's too expensive. And that is the pattern. The wick, long wick at the top, and the open and the close near the lows. Okay, so you see the market logic behind that? You get what I'm talking about? You dig in my lingo? All right, so let's see what actually happened here now, of course. That's what really matters. And as we move forward, we go down and down and down and down and down and down we go. And down we go. Now you can sometimes, here's another key element, a key distinction, very important. So you want to combine the rejection of value patterns. Let me bring my drawing tool back up. This is the optimal way to use it. We want to combine the rejection of value with a, in this case, resistance, or for lows, it can be support. Because that is a level, again, the market logic is that people bought. And then when it got up to this price, then the market participants said, I don't know, getting kind of pricey. And therefore, they're not willing to pay higher prices anymore. And so it comes down. And that's what creates that that cycle high, if you will, that swing high, whatever you want to call it, that wave high. And that's what causes it, is that people are just saying, no, I'm not willing to pay anymore. And so then that creates a resistance level. So when price comes back to it, the market participants are thinking, well, I don't know, last time we got to this price, everybody else, and by the way, this is a big part of mass psychology, talking about mass psychology, is that people are very concerned about what everyone else is doing because they don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the chart or on the market. And so when you get these wicks up here, it's like, reject, reject, reject. Okay, nope, going to go down. Now, another aspect of this, like I said, we want to use this with support resistance because you see here we also get a rejection of value candle with a long wick at the top in the open and the close at the bottom. But this one is not as significant. So you can't just trade any one thing and make money trading. No one indicator, no one candlestick pattern, no one moving average, no one anything. It has to be, well, what matters is the structure of the overall chart, what Alan Farley calls the landscape. And I like that term. The whole landscape of the chart, you got to take that into consideration. Where are we? Well, we've already gone down a lot. So sure, yeah, it's rejected these prices as it's going down, but it's already gone down a lot. And so the places where we want to look for these rejection of value candles is at cycle highs and at cycle lows. That's where it matters. Other places doesn't matter as much, and you don't have to give it as much meaning, as much credence. It's not even that great as a continuation pattern, by the way, once it starts moving. And as you can see, goes up and then, comes back down, still making lower lows, still making lower lows, still making lower lows. Now we get a swing low down here. Okay, and so that's a cycle low. And then we do get another rejection of value candle, and we put in a cycle low. Now, one more thing, like I said, you can't trade any one technique in technical analysis and make money. It's all about preponderance of the evidence. We want to put together a number of uncorrelated pieces of evidence to establish a probability scenario. It's almost like going to court. And nobody knows the future, but we put together a statistical probability. And to do that, you need a number of pieces of uncorrelated evidence. So another aspect of that is my cycle indicator, timing. Timing. So we got the bar, we got the pattern, but is it the right time for the market to put in a low? And that's your x-axis down here. So I always use support resistance. My cycle indicator for timing is at the right time for the market to make a low. And then we look at the candlestick pattern and rejection of value. So go ahead. You guys are so great. I give you my cycle indicator for free if you don't already have it. Go get it. It's my gift to all my viewers. And it's I call it my cycle indicator, but it's really about my market timing entry. When, timing word, when to enter the market long or short. So you see the URL there. Go get it. Download it, or well, you don't even have to download it really. I'll show you how to set it up on your chart. You can set it up on pretty much any chart there is. And I'll give you a quick little video tutorial on how to trade it, because how to trade it is not intuitive and there is some nuances to it, and the dollars are in the details like most things in trading. But the tutorial is free as well. So not selling any course, just go get it, and my gift to you.